With a membership of operators, management companies, and suppliers, the Canadian Business Aviation Association represents the multi-billion-dollar business aviation community in Canada, providing advocacy, leadership, business development, and industry support. Visit us online today to learn more about the benefits of membership.
Training and employee retention is an ongoing challenge in the aviation industry. How do you find skilled workers, and how do you retain the ones that you already have? We asked this question to our esteemed panel of experts during Wings Magazine's first Industry Roundtable July 5th at the CBAA conference in Calgary. You can read the entire story in the September-October issue of Wings Magazine.
We're finding a good supply of enthusiasm coming into the college programs.
They lack an experience.
They lack the experience. And enthusiastic, but enthusiastically making mistakes.
Which compromises safety, I guess.
No, generally speaking, you've got a management net that will catch it.
Okay.
But
that
you'd like not to catch it at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But we are finding the same thing with pilots and engineers. They're becoming a little harder to find.
A lot more expensive.
A lot more expensive, and as you start reaching deeper into the barrel, a lot less enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that problem's going to amplify as well, because we've been expecting it for a while as the baby boomers started to retire, but then with the economic meltdown,
Right.
everybody's retirement funds melted with it, so you've kind of had a little bit of a stay that's probably going to hit us, in the next 3 to 5 years type of thing, where it's going to become, I think, dramatically worse. I think they're going to have a lot of trouble because at the bottom end, you've got the smaller carriers are going to be sucking up all the flight instructors that we need to be training the pilots in the first place.
Right.
It's also
definitely an issue.
On the top end, you're going to have Air Canada, where they've got all these 787s and everything else is coming new. They've already said that they're going to hire around 600 pilots. And along with the extra pilots come more mechanics and more ground staff and everything else. So they just start sucking up huge numbers of people.
I think we've all seen the cycles that we all know. Air Canada hires one pilot, and I lose one, and then a guy in Yellowknife goes from the ramp onto a Twin Otter because the Twin Otter guy got onto a mid. That's the business. The enthusiasm, the demand, the schools. Same thing. But when Bombardier started ramping up production, they took a lot of the people out of school. They couldn't hold on, and then it went the other way. So I think we've got a terrible time coming forward here, because if it all happens at the same time, you got to be well positioned to be in a place where you're still attracting someone. And I don't know how some of those people are going to survive, because you're going to be hard pressed to find anyone that wants to go to what we would consider the jobs that where the kids got their first 3,000 hours, right? I love getting a resume of a guy who's done his time up north. He's been hauling freight, cleaning off his own wings and picking up sick people, and just guessing at the weather sometimes, making decisions or learning how you go. Those guys are going to be harder to find, and when you find them, they might have 1,000 hours now instead of 3,000 hours. And I don't, for most of our world, I think you're not going to take a lot of kids out there in the big corporate jets without a decent background. But I think there's a generational issue too. I've met a lot of young pilots. They're not willing to leave mom and dad to go up north and get their 1,000 hours. Fly fire patrol or do those tough jobs. They're just, I don't know.
And that
sector,
they're all spoiled, but
that whole sector is kind of dried up as well.
Yeah.
The whole bush pilot, this is where you cut your teeth in aviation type thing is. It used to be that, or it used to be instructing, and the bush flying part of it is not there anymore. And the people I find, the new pilots you're getting, they're starting out in smaller operations, and they don't want to be a co-pilot. They want to be the captain
of a jet
tomorrow. Yeah,
1,000 hours.
Yeah,
That's right.
So
it's an attitude thing.
So it's managing expectations.
Generation X.
Right. And Gen X, Gen Y. Feeling of
immediate gratification.
Yeah.
Exactly.